Hello and welcome everyone on Tips and Strats episode 11 on Gamesense. I'm your host MythSky and I'm here with my co-caster Robin.
Hello everybody, I'm Robin, and today we're going to go over the general information of Gamesense today. This is a very interesting topic that a lot of people lack, not lack, but a lot of people don't really understand the full concept of, so it's really great to understand different types of Gamesense and how to deal with situation scenarios that you come across with.
Alright, so layout for tonight, we're first going to talk about the general thing to Gamesense, what is the key to Gamesense, and then we're going to say what we think about Gamesense and what Gamesense means to us. Then I'm going to show you 3 videos of mine, which I recorded where Gamesense pretty much applies, and I'll give some situation explanatory to that. And after that, we're going to interview some people. We're going to interview at least 3 people. We may have a 4th coming up, but we're not too sure about that yet. So yeah, the people we're going to be interviewing will be BiTltL, aMesmerize, and probably ManKii as well, if he gets back from his dinner soon. And after that, we will scrim with me, Rob, aMesmerize, BiTltL, and of course ManKii against SeFi. Probably not their main team though, but we'll scrim like 1 or 2 games to put the Gamesense to the test. And of course in between we'll have some giveaways. For the giveaway pack of tonight, we have the Molzin Nagant Sports for 15 days, and of course the full Iron set for 15 days as well. Alright, so let's get things started for the Gamesense itself. Well, pretty much if you have Gamesense, the key that comes to Gamesense is knowing that the enemy will expect some things that you may do. The key for Gamesense is to do exactly the opposite, something the enemy does not expect. So you pretty much think what they may do, and you do the complete opposite so they don't expect what you're doing. To put that short, because that may be confusing, the key to Gamesense is to be unexpected. Do things that the enemy would not expect you to do.
Exactly. Let's say if you are, if you had a hard time going to 1, you're going to base, you get picked off one by one as soon as you're making your way to 1, and then eventually you lose that first round 2-1. If you decide to go to 2 again, to 2 actually, that is not really good Gamesense in that regard. It can be good, but it may not be good Gamesense. Mostly because the enemy team will know that you didn't do well at 1, so they're probably going to try 2 next time to see if they can do better at 2. So we'll just have a majority of our team play at 2, and have them watch that, and therefore you guys will get picked off one by one again, and that's not really a good Gamesense. So what we're going to try to teach you tonight is how to deal with situations such as this.
Okay. Well, my other input on the Gamesense would be is that you need to think over things, but you don't need to think about what you're gonna do while you're playing. Gamesense is just that you know what to do because you've been in that situation many times before. So what comes with Gamesense is to practice and practice, and you know what the enemy will probably do, and you act into that. Like, easy example, as Rob also said to me before, if you have heavy defense on 1, you know, 3 guys are in there, people are trying to get picked out, you know it's gonna be full stack, then you know, okay, there are 3 guys in 1. You don't know where the other 2 are, but they will most likely be 1 in mid, 1 or 2 to keep everything covered. So what's the best thing to do? Get 2 or 3 guys, push mid, and open up the side. Because if you get that guy in mid down, you pretty much have the side all opened. Then people from 1 will start rotating. You can catch them off if you go to the base and maybe get some other picks, but that means that the defense at 1, if you have the C4 there or you don't feel like rotating, will get weaker, and once it gets weaker you can decide to push the 1 side from 2 or 3 sides, or even rotate if you like to. And that's what pretty much comes with the Gamesense. It's just thinking about where the enemies are, what weapons they are, that also matters, and of course which class. It's, yeah, pretty much that.
When he says when he mentions weapons, there's a few things you need to know. For example, if you're a point man, and you're trying to versus a sniper, it's not gonna really work out for well for you if you're gonna try to play long range. Highly not suggested. So what you can do is you can take alternate routes in order to find a different way to take out the sniper. So if you know his position, you know a different way to get to that route, you'll be able to try to get him at close range because snipers don't play that well at close range unless you are like a very, very talented sniper. Um, so again, and then when you do decide to get him, you can jump shot him and pretty much take him down. That's one way you could take down if you're a point man. You know, there's a sniper in the way. If it's the opposite, if somebody's a point man and you know you're a scope, the best thing to do is go find either a rifle or a point man. Again, because point mans have a really strong advantage over you at close range,
Or
and
stay
they
back.
probably will find you at close range. So either you try to find their position as a scope and try to play as long as possible. You can grab a very quick scope like a DSR or an M40 if it's dropped, or you can just grab a normal rifle instead and try to pick them off that way.
Especially with appointments and with like any class, you know that if they're gonna round the corner and you know there's someone there, especially a scope, they can peek in two ways. They're either gonna jump or they're gonna fake peek, and you need to be thinking about that as well. I mean, if you're like a person like a rifle or appointment, well, and scope as well, they are quite likely to make some fake peeks, and then you need to have, at least for a scope, your aim a little bit more to the left, whilst you know that they're jumping, which pointmans do more frequently than the other classes. Then you'll have to put your aim a little more to the right. So that also applies, and you're constantly thinking about that while playing, but at the same time you're not, because you know that this is going to happen. So you don't have to think about it anymore. Your mind is clear, but you know this is going to happen, and that's also a part of Gamesense.
Alright.
Alright, so we'll repeat it once more. The key to Gamesense, for those who missed it, is to be unexpected. Do things the enemy will not expect you to do. And with that in mind, you just need to practice and practice and practice, and then eventually you'll get better at that. Alright, let me just get some videos in front of me. I have one with pointman, with rifle, and with scope, where Gamesense applies. So I'll go to the rifle video first. Let me get to the right part. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so this is the first part. I'm first gonna show the video. I'll skip a little bit through it, and then I'll say what the Gamesense is to it. So at least first part, you just see me like slow walking and just move forwards. The glasses break. Just gonna sit here. Just gonna pre-fire a little bit more. There you go. And that peak, that may look a little bit weird, but that's all about Gamesense. So I'm gonna now break down this video and tell what it's about. So here's the start of the video. I'm here in the base. I'm in a 1v2 situation. I know that the door from like mid is open, like the door you can open for people who can relate. This door is opened. The window is still intact, and the garage door, or whatever you want to call it, is still closed. So that means I have three ways I can go to 2, because the players are both around 2 and they're most likely going to 2. So I have three options. I can go through the door, but if I then want to go inside, I'll have to go through the garage door or through the window. In other words, I'll make noise, and that means I won't have the surprise factor anymore, because the players don't know where I am, and that's what I want to use to my advantage. The second option is to jump over the bridge and then get into the 2 side, but then again, makes noise as well, so it's not a good option. This is why I choose to go over the base and just slowly walk into the side. So now I'm around here, and I hear the glass breaks. So I now know that they're gonna be pushing from the window. I expect him to push at the same time because that's the best thing you can do. So what I'm gonna do now, they're also smoking me right side, so I'm just gonna sit here in this corner and wait for the guys to push. So I'm just waiting here, get the guy down, and I'll pre-fire around the corner, as you can see, because I would expect the scope there. He's not there now, but this is like a key point in this frag for me. I mean, I have the C4, the scope's left on his own. I know that he's gonna be somewhere around 2, and he'll either come from the bridge where I'll hear him, or come through the window, or open the garage door where I'll hear him as well, because he was not in yet, as you could see while I was pre-firing. So I can now pretty much camp the C4. I still don't know where the scope is exactly, so I'm just gonna smoke the window, and then I see the scope nading the 2 side. So I now know that he's all the way over there around the window and the small window. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to pre-fire a little bit, push out, and the scope actually try to flash me. Was it a good move to switch sides? Maybe not, but it worked in this case. It's like the guy already knows that you're inside, so the surprise factor is gone. You don't need to make use of that, and you just need to play a little bit slower. So I'm now gonna walk here. I'm just gonna watch the garage door, and I don't hear the guy walking at all. So I know he's gonna slow walk, and I have in the back of my mind that the door over there is open. So I know he's most likely gonna come through the mid and either come through the bridge or to base. So I'm just slowly gonna walk there, expect him to come and pre-fire around, and there he actually was. So that's how I take him down. So I hope that makes sense to you. What do you think about that, Rob? Don't know if you like watched it or have.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. It's kind of a little bit slow, but as of now, it's a pretty good tactic. It's one of the big things is if you're stuck in a situation such as this, is you need to keep the surprise factor, as Nick said earlier. Why? Because as soon as you enter the site, you're gonna have 2 players looking for you, and it's gonna be tough since they're both gonna either probably use their teamwork and try to take you down. So if you have the surprise factor with you and you're gonna take one down by surprise, at least that takes one off the chart, and you'll be able to take out the second person as well if you're stuck if you're stuck. If you have again 3 players, use the surprise factor for take out 1, and then you'll have 2 left, and they'll be looking for you. So I mean, it's all about knowing what's gonna happen. If you know that there's gonna be a scope coming through a window, you know that that you can pre-fire. If they know your position already, might as well, make it more obvious and take pre-firing situations where you can pre-fire certain areas where you know they might be, which is very helpful and very convenient. So that way, they can either be lit and they'll be on radar, so you know where they are, and you can look for the other one really quickly. And again, this is all going through your mind, but if more and more practice, you'll kind of know the situation as it handles it. So yeah, that's how I see it as.
Okay. Then we'll move on with the second video, which is Pointman. This, in this case, is a 1v3 clutch, but it's bomb set versus 3 players. Not the smartest thing to do, but I had to do it in this case, and it worked out, so I'll show you that. A little bit background story. We tried to push 2. I got a guy down, but they were about to stack 2, and my teammate is very low. So what I'm gonna do, I'm of course gonna rotate very fast with the C4. So I'm rotating, my mate gets taken down. I'm just going, yeah, screw this indeed, and I'm just gonna set. And there we go. That is a 1v3 clutch. It is quite fast, as you can see, but that's how you play with a Pointman. You just stay close range, and that works best. So let's do a video breakdown, and I'll tell you how I came up with the idea and why this actually does work. So I'm here. I know that the guys, lead 2 or 3 guys, are going to be in 2, so I'm going to rotate very fast. My teammate was lit already, so he functions as a bait, so I'm gonna set the C4. I'm gonna wait inside, and now I hear them, and I know already that they are in 2 or 3 guys. So what am I gonna do is I'm gonna throw my flash nade. I'm gonna throw it towards dark room, so that after I throw the flash nade, as you could see, I peek out and try to get some picks, because if I get at least 1 pick, it will only be a 1v2 situation, and I'll make it a lot easier for me, because if it's 1v3, then if they like push from 2 different sides, you have to make a decision on which side you're gonna push, especially with appointment. And if you push the wrong side with two people, then you're screwed and you'll probably lose the round. So I'm here gonna throw my flash. I hear him walk and now throw and immediately peek. So I get 1 guy down and the second guy was still a little bit flashed, and I can just reload. So now it's 1v1. I heard the scope as well. I know he's coming from dark room as well. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna stay real close range and just take him down. I mean, the scope will have to peek you, but as a rifle, most people would tend to sit a little bit further back over here. Does that work? Not as much for scopes. As a rifle, you more want to be back at the left side around the boxes. But the thing is, with appointment, if you stay close range here, can duck as well, of course, you will see the scope, and before he has time to react, you can already headshot him if your aim is dead on. In this case, it was dead on, and then you pretty much leave the scope, no chance, and that ends up with a 1v3 clutch.
And again, since it was a scope and you were close range, you did have an advantage, which again I said earlier. You'll be able to jump shot him, which would be another good idea to do, and he won't have any time to react or try to take a shot at you unless he gets a really, really lucky shot, which is very, very low chance.
Okay, in the meantime, I'll just get the other clip up, which is of course with a scope. But yeah, as appointment and as Soroxin was also saying in the chat, putting on shadows makes a lot of difference as well. So make sure to always have that on, as we covered in the first episode of Strats and Tips, which is already about 2.5 to 3 months ago. Alright, I'm just gonna start at this part. As you can see, my teammates have just been taken down. This was in a scrim a couple of weeks ago, and me and Tommy were stuck in the mini. And we know that a lot of people are in mid, as you can also see on the radar. So here we go. Here's scope pre-fire. Kom. Kom.
Ja, dude. Allebei waren mid.
Eentje komt. Okay, so now side's taken.
Eentje komt behind, spiral.
Okay, kijk ik wel. Laat me ace. That's 4. And now I mess up.
Laat me ace. Wat boeit het? Ja.
And then Tommy takes him down and we win the round. It's a little bit unfortunate for me. I'll explain to you as well how I was able to miss that last shot. So we go back to the part where it all started. So we're here in the mini. I heard the scope pre-firing from the main entrance, so I know that there's a scope gonna be inside. Of course, there were a couple of guys in mini. We tried to push the 2 side already, so I know that the 2 side is probably stacked with 2 or 3 people. I saw before and the radar and where my other teammates died, that 1 guy is going to be around mini and the other guy was around base, probably heading connector 2. So when I hear this go pre-fire, I'm of course going to try and pick him out and try to open up the site, at least open up the round. So I now take him down. So if you take the scope down, one of the most unexpected things for you to do is, as a scope, to just push alone and go into 2, because the enemy knows as well that a couple of guys are in there, and they know that we know that there are a couple of guys in there, so they won't expect you to push it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna push it. There's a guy behind the barrels, managed to take him down, shot my enemy to come, and now I get the 3rd player down, and I keep shouting to get the enemy team in here. So with a little luck, we were able to take the 2 side fairly easy, and now I know that they're most likely gonna split up. Especially in a 2v2 situation, when you're up against a scope as well, teams will split up. So one will go to mini, and the other guy will go to the connector 2, where I'm looking at. So I call out, one is going to be base, one I call out, he's going to be coming from spiral. So I watch that. He comes out, take him down, asking for the ace. Now, I make a little problem here. As you can see, there's only one guy left, so he's gonna do one of the two things. He's either gonna fake peek, that means I have to have my aim around here, maybe around here, or he's gonna jump out, that means I have to sit a little bit more to the right and then aim even further to the left. But yeah, if you are alone and there is no smoke, people will, well, is somewhat more of a 50-50 chance to fake peek or to jump out. I expected him to do a fake peek, but unfortunately, as you can see, he just ran. He didn't even jump. But if he doesn't fake peek, then you're pretty much gonna miss it. So in my case, I should have been sitting a little bit more to the right, and then I would be able to take him down and make the ace. Fortunate for me. But as you can see, my teammate was in a really nice position, and he was able to take him down. So that was a little bit luck applied, but that's how you do win a 2v5 situation with Gamesense. Just thinking the enemy will not expect you to push after that pick. You push anyways, you get a couple of picks. You of course need a little luck with this. And yeah, in a 2v2 situation, you just gotta play it out with a little Gamesense.
And again, as with Tummy and MythSky, they were both watching both sides of the site. So again, it's not a good. A lot of common things I see when I see people play demo maps is that they love to watch the same doorway. So that is not a good thing. You have to play individual if you're only two people left and you're both in sight. So use your individualism, because both, if you got two people, they're gonna come on both different sides. They're gonna push up together, and it's gonna be a hot mess. So again, make sure you have two people watching either side, and as soon as you get the first one down, then you just have one player left on the enemy team, so you two can watch the same doorway then. However, again, it's not recommended. But as you saw in the video, this guy took down the first guy in tunnel, so he knew that, okay, well, that guy's in tunnel, that means the next guy's got to be in base. So it's general knowledge because they're going to push both doorways about the same time. So then he was like, okay, I know he's there, so I'm just gonna aim here and wait for him to come into, and that's Gamesense as your defense. Now, if you're offense on the enemy team, one thing that you could do is that you know that, okay, well, that guy died at tunnel, so I know there's a scope watching tunnel. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna make noise around base area, and then I'm gonna push all the way to tunnel, so that way everyone thinks I'm at tunnel, but I'm gonna go around and then flank them out. And so that's another way to think of it, that the enemy team could have done to win that round, but unfortunately they did not. So I mean, game sense applies to both areas, and again, it's all about expecting the team to do something and anticipate what the team's going to do.
Alright, thank you for that. So that's mainly the Gamesense, our thought about it, the key to Gamesense, and some situation explanatory. We're gonna now head on with the interviews, but before we do the first interview, we're first gonna raffle away 2 keys for the giveaway pack of this week, which contains the most underground sports for 15 days along with the full iron set for 15 days. So in the meantime, I'll put up music for about a minute. I'll raffle right away 2 guys, and as we did last week, we'll raffle through the user list. So that means that you don't have to type the keywords. The only thing that you need to do is to watch the stream, which you're doing of course, and to follow the channel. That's all that matters. So at the moment we have 2 guys already waiting to be interviewed. Our 3rd player, ManKii, is not here yet. We'll interview 3 players tonight, and they'll also play with us in the scrim versus SeFi. So in the chat you can now ask who we want to interview first. Do you want to have aMesmerize, aka Alex Rogers, first? Or do you want BiTltL, aka Timo War, and Nesquickie, what accounts he didn't have, mainly known as BiTltL. So it's up to you. You can vote for that in the stream. Just type the name of who you want to be interviewed first, and I'll play some music in the meantime while I'll be raffling the winners. Well, actually, I'll just draw the winners and let Rob announce it. That may be better. Let me draw the first winner. First winner is watching the stream. Let me just PM his name to Rob. And before I forget, the package also contains a pike bomb for 15 days, so we even get more than we asked for. Thank you, GMs. So this is the first winner. Let me just get links up. In the meantime, you can already announce it, though, Rob.
Okay, so the winner for the first giveaway, it goes to Warwolf 1, 2, and 4. So Werewolf 1, 2, 4, you are the first winner of the first giveaway. Congratulations, sir.
Okay, let me announce it in the chat right away. Teacher is saying that he never won, although he won last week. So put up some music in the meantime, and then I'll go on with the second giveaway. Let me just get the music up and running. There we go. If it wants to play. There we go. It's a little laggy though. Alright, and we've drawn the second winner of tonight already. Rob is gonna be announcing his name right now.
Alright, so this person, I think, has won again. Name seems so familiar, excuse me. But anyway, the next winner for the next giveaway goes to Banana Reel. Banana Reel, congratulations on winning the second giveaway for tonight.
Alright, I'll send you the key. In the meantime, you should receive it in about half a minute. I'll play some more music till we're done with that, and then we'll move on with the first person to be interviewed. So once more, type it in the chat. Do you want to Mesmerize or BiTltL first? Okay, in the meantime, we saw some people already voting for BiTltL, so I'll try to get him here right now. I'll just poke him in game as he's got his sound muted. I'll poke him in game, and then I'll try to get him here. Hang on a little bit. Let's see, he should be still online. Alright, he has been notified. I'll move him over.
Buddy was moved to your channel.
Alright, just wait for him to mute his sound and microphone, and then we'll go on with the interview for the first player. There we are. He's here. BiTltL, how are you?
Hello, hello. I'm good. You?
Hello,
fine as well.
Hello.
I ask you here, as you probably know, to feature as one of our guests on the Gamesense episode for tonight. So, yeah, first tell us a little bit about you. Who are you?
I'm BiTltL. I'm from the team Bits, Belgium ISF team. What else can I say? I'm 18 years old. I'm from Belgium. I play AVA and CS:GO. That's it.
Okay, well, I know you from longer while ago. You were with me in Burning Force like 1.5 years ago, and then you left because you were too good. I still remember that. But when it comes to Gamesense, who taught you the most Gamesense?
I think BitPP taught me he started learning me how to play the game, and then it continued he started, and then after he quit AVA, Mr. Colt was keeping me learning stuff about AVA, and that's it.
Okay. So, what do you think is the most important thing about Gamesense? What was the big,
Um,
yeah, like what was the big thing they taught you about?
it's like you have to play together. You have to be patient, and it's yeah, it's something you learn in time. It's not something you get like in 1 week or 2 weeks. It's something that takes time. But I had the advantage that I played before AVA. I played CS Source, and that's helped me a lot for like getting in the game AVA to learn faster than other people.
Or in the meantime, for the people who don't know, BiTltL is their debugger, if I'm correct, right?
Yep.
Alright, that's good. So I don't know if you were watching the stream as well, but we said that the key to Gamesense is to be unexpected, to do things that the enemy would not expect you to do. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, kinda. It's true.
Do you have any other input on the Gamesense, or do you think that that pretty much sums it up?
Yeah, it's just you have to think like the other player and just be faster than him and just know what he's gonna do and just take him before he takes you.
Were there any situations that you've been in where you actually had to use really heavy game sense?
Yeah, I, I can't get up. I don't know, man. Yeah, you have many situations in ESL, but it's not like something really special. It's just you have to. Sometimes you have to wait for some people and just let them pass you, and then just get them from behind or something like that, and that kind of situation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Well, I assume you had to apply quite a lot of game sense in the past. I mean, you've played for the Belgian ICC team, if I'm correct?
Yep.
So were there any situations during the ICC last year where you had to apply like proper game sense and where it worked out?
Well, it was at the beginning that I really started to learn how to play this game, and I had many issues at ICC because it was new for me. It was like another level than I was used to. So yeah, it's like ICC was a bad memory for me actually. It didn't go well, in my opinion.
Okay, so if the ICC will be coming back this year, I assume it will come back soon, but I've not heard too much words about that, unfortunately. But will you be playing for Team Belgium again, do you think?
I think so, because at the moment I'm kind of the team leader of BiT, so yeah, I think so, but I don't know if we have like 5 proper Belgian players, because Preben and a lot of the main team players quit AVA. So I don't know, maybe we are gonna recruit some other guys. I'm not sure.
Well, from Belgian players, I know that we have, let's see, we had Scampy, but he doesn't play anymore. BiTltL actually plays, BiTltL still
Yeah, he
plays
just
as far as I
started
know.
again. RT just started AVA again. He kinda is now active again. But yeah, he's probably one of the players we will put in the main team if ICC is coming back. But a lot of like a tryhard, I don't think he plays it again anymore. And Hattrick is banned on ESL. BitPP doesn't play anymore. BitJP doesn't play anymore. So it's pretty hard to get the old experienced players. So it's gonna be probably pretty new team.
Okay, then we'll round off with a final question. Next weekend, tomorrow actually, is the ESL. Will you participate?
I don't think so, because I got exams and school before
Yes.
game, of course.
Yes, that is true. School is the top priority over gaming, but
Of
I'm
course.
glad that you think about it though. If you didn't have exams, would you participate?
Yeah, of course.
All right, that's cool.
But at the moment we don't really have a main team, but it's no problem. We just get subs and play for fun, because it's not like one of the big tournaments. So it's for fun.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. I'll move you to another channel for the meantime. Then we'll interview the other players, and I'll move you back here once we start scrimming SeFi.
Alright, see you guys.
Alright,
All right,
thank you for the
thank you very
interview,
much.
and
No problem.
we'll see you in a bit.
Alright, see ya.
Buddy was moved out of your
Wow,
channel.
that was the worst pun ever. See you in a bit. Haha.
Wow.
I didn't even notice until I said it. Oh my god. Alright, so I'll now move the second player who is already here, which is aMesmerize, although most people will know him as Nishiazura. For people in the chat, ManKii is still not here, so vote for Sibulat, SeFis, Vitsi, or even Kyushi if you want one of the guys or girl to be here to do the last interview, and will also scrim with us against SeFi. So I'll move our second guest over right now.
User was moved to your channel.
There he is, aMesmerize. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Hey Alex, how are you doing
Hey.
today?
I'm fine.
Alright, so you are aMesmerize. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been playing since 2011. People might know me as Alex Rogers or Nishi Azura. I've mostly played Match Channel, but I do play ESL occasionally. Although I'm not too good at it, I have to admit. And that's pretty much it, I guess.
So what's your team name that you're with?
The Crips.
The Crips. How long have you been with the Crips actually?
About 2 years.
That's cool, that's cool. So again, we're here to talk about Gamesense real quick. So in your opinion, who was the first people to teach you Gamesense, like when you started the game?
Well, no one really, but after 2 years, I was invited to the Crips by Exiquens, and I've learnt a lot from him.
That's cool.
And well, we've already talked a little bit about the Gamesense. I don't know if you were watching, but what does Gamesense mean to you?
It's about being in the correct position at the right time. Okay.
Correct position in the right time. That's actually a good one. We say about Gamesense is to be unexpected, to do things that the enemy would not expect you to do. What do you think about that?
Yes, but you still have to play to your strengths. Don't do something that's unexpected if you're bad at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have a point there. So yeah, a little bit more about you. If I am correct, didn't you play for the British ICC team, or am I making stuff up?
I was supposed to, but Ink got mad at me for beating him in a match, so I never actually played.
That's unfortunate to hear. But yeah, you're still one of the better British players at the moment. So as we asked BiTltL just a minute ago, if there will be an ICC this year, will you play for the British team?
Depends on the captain. If it's Ink, then no. Anyone else, then yeah.
Well, yeah, if you were to play, who else would you play with the British players?
Well, I don't really know many British players. I know Medicine, he's on my friend list. I played last ESL with him. Well, that's pretty much it.
I know that you play a lot with a Rustlinger who recently changed his name. What was it again? Cyborg or something?
That's Cyborgs.
Cyborgs, indeed. And yeah, of course, Exigence. He was in Team Exodus before, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yeah, he's indeed one of the better scopes. I believe he even played for the German team, German ICC team. I'm not too sure as a sub though.
So in as you're an ESL player, you played. I know you played a few ESL game. Were there any situations that was used that you had to use dire situations that you had to use your Gamesense for?
Well, I tend to hold sites on my own while the other players rotate. So I have to like hold angles. You have to find like for example, you know India Courtyard. I like to play at a 45-degree angle so you can watch spiral from both the left and right. So you don't have to move your crosshair. You know what I mean?
Actually, that's a very good tip for scopes. Using that 40 or for even rifles. I mean, if you're 45-degree angles watching both sides of the entrances to coming into two, you're talking about two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so watching both sides to two, that's actually a very helpful tip for those who are watching. It's you can keep sight of both sides, and if you need to, you can flick your wrist and start killing whoever's coming from either entrance. Do you have any other situations that you had that you used a lot of Gamesense for, like any clutches that you did?
be honest, when I'm trying to clutch, Sequence talks me through it. He tells me
I
what
see.
to do.
I see. But it's good though, because then you can learn a little bit more, and you get a little help on the side too.
Yeah.
Do you think teamwork can also be a good thing about Gamesense as well?
Yeah, that's the most important of all.
All right, that's cool.
Okay, so we know from you that you are a main rifle, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, and point man sometimes, depending on the map.
Okay, which guns do you like to play?
AK-47, AK-12, Vrask.
And do you play like differently, game sense wise, per? Well, let's just stick to the rifle guns for now. If you like play with the AK-47 or AK-12, or with any of the other guns, do you play differently according to a gun, or is it still about the same?
Well, from point man, then obviously I keep close range, but apart from that, then no.
Okay, well, what would you do if you face a scope? Would you like fake peek, smoke him out and avoid him, or jump around the corner and push him out? Or let him shoot first?
If anyone's played versus me in match, you know I like to smoke and UAV a lot, so that's what I'd do, usually.
That's a good tactic. Get the location of the scope, and you'll be able to push him out pretty well. So generally, do you usually get the UAV amongst your team, or do you usually give it off to other people?
I always get it, I always ask for it.
And I mean, does your team like allow this? Like they know that you're the guy that gets the UAV a lot? Ah, that's smart. That's smart. You do you when you're playing with your team, do you actually have a set strats that you use to play against other teammates, or do you just usually go how it's going at the present?
Well, we usually play the same setup, same positions every map and stuff.
Yeah.
But apart from that, we just play on the fly.
Okay, well, I'm almost starting to run out of questions. Is there anything else that you want to talk about, like about yourself or about the game, or anything that we need to know about you or that you want us to know about you?
There's nothing I can think of.
Well, that rounds it off pretty quickly. But yeah, we'll also have you around during the scrim versus SeFi. To come to think of SeFi, what do you think of SeFi?
One of the best teams by far. I'm very nervous about playing versus them.
Okay, but how do you think you are going to play? But don't tell too much spoilers because they're watching as well, of course. But
I'll be playing defensively.
Defensively, okay.
All right. Well, I guess that's about does it. Thank you so much, Alex. Really appreciate it.
All right, I'll move you to the room with BiTltL. We'll move you back once we're done with the final interview of tonight. We're having a little bit of a hassle in the chat at the moment as for who's going to come. Is it going to be SeFis, Vitsy, Sibulat, or even Kyoshi? And one of them will also be the 5th player of our team. So I'll keep you updated on that, and I'll move you back in about 10 to 15 minutes to start the scrim.
Okay.
Alright, thanks for the interview, and we'll talk in a bit.
Okay, thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alright, so in the meantime, we don't see anyone on the TS yet. I'll see who is actually gonna come. So in the meantime, I'll play some music, I'll host a giveaway as well, and then we'll move on with the last and final interview for tonight. And if nobody is coming, we'll try, of course, to arrange someone else, because that would not be hard for me. I can just ask my main lead of Go Mayhem, of course. But we'll see what to do with it. I'll play some little music first, and then we'll see who's actually gonna come. Alright, in the meantime, I'm just gonna mention it to you guys. I'm gonna do 1 or 2 raffles. I'm gonna get ready with that while we're waiting for a third player. Keep in mind that the only rule that comes with the raffle is to follow this Twitch channel. That's all you need to do, and apart from watching the stream, you'll be entered into the raffle right away, and we'll announce you as winner in the chat, or Robin will tell it in the stream. So I'll try and draw 2 winners now, and then we'll see.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got our third winner for the giveaway, and this user, I don't even think said anything
Wait a
in the
second.
chat yet.
Yeah, but he is watching though, since I'm
But
drawing.
he is watching, so
Yeah.
we glad he's watching. So the winner for the next giveaway goes to Zar_Ghost. So Zar, congratulations for winning this next giveaway.
Alright, I'll send you a PM in about half a minute, then you'll receive it in your Twitch PM. Comes with the key. Keep in mind that the code expires in about a week, so make sure to redeem it fast. For those who are just tuning in now, we're raffling out a pack for a 15-day Mosinagan Sports, a 15-day Pike Bomb, along with the full Iron set for 15 days. I'll play a little bit more music. In about 1 or 2 minutes, I'll draw the fourth winner of tonight. Alright, so we have our fourth winner. Go ahead, Rob.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so the fourth winner goes, we're at the halfway point, by the way. So the fourth winner goes to the one and only Kyushi. So congratulations, Kyushi, you have won the fourth giveaway.
Our little
Enjoy your
darling
awesome
one. She wanted a Mosin so badly, and now she's actually too lucky to have it.
I know.
So yeah, I'll send
Very
you the
nice.
key in a PM on Twitch. You'll receive it in about a minute, and then you'll be able to redeem it on the site. I'll provide a link to that as well. We have 6 keys left. We'll distribute some more later on in the episode, so don't worry about that. I'll play a little bit more music, and hopefully the players have decided who is going to come round by now.
user joined your channel.
Oh, there he is actually. Without waiting for the queue, our third person to be interviewed for tonight. It is not SeFis, it is not BiTltL, it is not Sibulat either, or it is not Kyushi. But we have Gorilla here.
Hello, guys.
Gorilla!
Yo, I'm all good.
Gorilla?
So yeah,
How are you guys
Gorilla,
doing?
the leader of Go Mayhem is here. We're doing fine, how are you?
I'm doing extraordinary good.
Alright, thank you for being here, Gorilla. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, as you guys might know, my name is iGuerilla. My real name is Dimitri. I've been playing this game for about 5 to 6 years right around now. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay, that's cool. So, who are the people that actually taught you about Gamesense, like the general gist of it?
Well, I think it came by itself, you know, like chess, you know. I mean, you improve by playing, you know, and you get you know the type of things that people are going to do. So you just just counter that, you know, and simple as that, and you get Gamesense after a while.
Okay, so we said a little bit earlier on the stream, the key to Gamesense is to do unexpected things you would not expect to do. And Mesmerized said to I forgot already. I'm so sad, so bad. Do you remember what he said, Rob?
He said that sometimes if you gotta be careful when you're doing the unexpected, because if you do the unexpected, you gotta be powerful enough to do it, kind of thing.
Yeah, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for helping up. So
No
what do you
problem.
think about both of these things, Gorilla?
Well, the second thing that he has to be powerful, that's for sure. I mean, your aim has to be on point, your sound has to be good, everything has to be on point if you want to do the unexpected, you know. But for your guys' sake, the unexpected is, yeah, what's not unexpected? I mean, rushing with 5 people through vent, I mean, that's unexpected. I mean, but it's not going to be helpful. So it depends on your team and your tactic play, you know. That's the most important thing. Have to communicate.
Okay, thank you for that. Well, so we know you quite from some long time ago. You took a longer break, but you were one of the players for the Dutch ISF team back in 2011. How was that experience, and do you have any examples of Gamesense that applied there during the tournament or during the qualifiers?
Well, yeah, I mean, you just we play with a buddy system, you know, so we buddy up. So simple as that. One guy is going to go solo, and the guy who goes solo is most of the times is the most powerful player. So it's simple as that. 2011, when we went to ISF, to be really honest, we didn't have to face a lot of teams to actually go to the ISF. But the teams that were playing were really good. But still, I think the way that we beat them is by team chemistry. So simply that everyone is covering each other. If someone is looking left side, then the other guy is looking at the right side. And yeah, by doing that, having Gamesense, having team play, gave us the win to actually go to ISF. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. One thing that we got from aMesmerize, which is a pretty interesting thing, is that if you're alone in a situation, then you're stuck in an area where you can watch, two entrances. He said he called it the 45-degree method, where you put your crosshair in between the two entrances to watch both entrances. But do you think this is a good idea, or do you think this is not a good idea?
Well, it could be a good idea, but I use more sound than actually do that. You know, I mean, you can, most of the times you can probably know from which side someone is coming if he just stepped one time, or he just ran one time and then he's shifting. But it could be helpful if you're really fast with your mouse and with your precision of aiming. Because if you don't do that and they come from both sides at the same time, you're screwed. Like, if I was in that situation, that I would have to know, okay, there are 2 people left. I'm the only one. Look at the 45-degree angle. Yes, I could do that. Or I could spot one, pick him down, and then go do the rest, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, it's simple as that. I mean, the best tip I can give you guys is actually get good gear, you know? I mean, that will actually give you game sense. As soon as you know where your opponent is, then it's way easier to figure out, okay, step. So you can go and saying, okay, you can do this to improve your game, but hardware makes a lot of difference too.
Okay. So, were there any specific situations that you had when you were at
Hey,
ISF
wake up.
that you had to apply a lot of game sense to?
Yeah, of course. Like clutches. Clutches are very important. And clutches, what most people don't do in the right way is positioning. So if you kill one guy, you have to just do a different position. If you know there is someone still in the same spot where the guy came from that you killed, then you can still hold the spot. But if not, you should switch positions because it's harder for the enemy to know where you are.
Yeah, that's a very good tip. That's a very good tip. I've seen a lot of people playing this game too. That they, as soon as they kill somebody, they just stand there getting ready for the next kill. So
Yeah, don't do that. Just pick
yeah,
a different
exactly.
position. They won't expect you. Different positions like 3 or 4 times in the game. I bet you will top frag. I bet you. Because
Okay.
it's not the obvious. Like
exactly.
aMesmerize, it's not the obvious. Don't do the thing that's the obvious, then you will probably have a better chance to do something.
So pretty much what we said earlier about being unexpected.
Yeah, like my old clan name.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else you'd like to ask, Myth?
I don't know. MythSky, go ahead.
Well, what I want to ask you is like, how would you like to play? Of course, you're gonna go play in the scrim with us versus SeFi later on, if you want to, of course.
I'll be proud to play against SeFi.
All right. So what is your thought on SeFi?
Okay, you got the time right. No, SeFi is just it's the leader of SeFi is Letu. Okay, so Letu is actually the brain in SeFi at the moment, as I know. So he gives out the tips and the strats, and he says, okay, where people have to play. Yeah, he's just playing a board game. So he's saying, okay, you're gonna go there, you're gonna cover that spot, you're gonna go cover this spot. So they got, simple as that, they got crossfire positions and they got good team play. And I won't expect less from that.
Okay. So that pretty much rounds up the interview for me. Is there anything else you want to ask, Rob?
Does it for me as well.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to tell the people on the stream about you, or something else you want to ask us, maybe?
Well, not really. I'm not good in.
That's perfectly all right.
All right. So the only thing I would say to players is stick to the game, do the unexpected, switch positions, get better, or even get a headset or a better mouse or a better computer or like that. Those things will actually make you better. Simple as that. That's my tip for now. Maybe if you DM me, I'll give you my secret tips. That's on that.
Alright, then in the meantime, we will get ready for the scrim. You can just stay here in the room. I'll move the other players, Mesmerized and BiTltL, here in a bit as well. Just before we get the scrim up, I believe they're not here yet. No, they're not. They were still in match just a minute ago. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do another raffle, I think. We can do one or two.
Sounds a good idea. We should do, depends on their rounds. You can check real quick.
Nah, I'll do 2, whatever. I'll just do 2 giveaways for you guys. We have 6 keys left at the moment anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We should be fine on that. And yeah, after that we'll start with the scrimming.
Like a phoenix, born from the ashes. I take care of my own. Torn down where assassins, you can't suffocate my spirit. 'Cause I'm the king of my own throne, my own throne. King of my own throne, my own throne. You'll never see me fall.
Alright, so we have the 5th winner of tonight. Go ahead, Rob.
5th winner tonight. This person would probably be very happy to win this giveaway. It goes to 0ZNL. So 0ZNL, congratulations. You have won the 5th giveaway of tonight, which is actually probably more than we've actually given out before.
That is correct indeed.
And we have plenty more to give out for tonight as well.
Okay, so we'd like to congratulate Zeroxen, which is his name. He's a
Zeroxen.
Dutch player. Yes, he is.
Unfortunately, I'm not very good at pronunciations of Dutch names, so I apologize if I mistaken it.
That's fine. I'll send you the key right away. You should receive it in about half a minute. I'll play a little bit more music until the key is sent. We'll draw another winner, and then we'll get ready for the scrim. As far as I heard, SeFi is ready to start the scrim.
User joined your channel.
Yo.
User left your channel.
Alright, go ahead, Rob.
Okay, so the next winner for the next giveaway goes to Tromdon13 or Tromdon13. Congratulations, sir. You have won the 6th giveaway of tonight. Oh my, 6 giveaways. Got a little crazy, but congratulations on winning the 6th giveaway.
Well, we have 4 left anyway, so that does not really matter. In the meantime, I'll send you the key. Still take about half a minute, and then we'll go into the room with the scrim against SeFi. We'll see what we're gonna do. As far as I heard, Rob will have to leave after our first scrim. We're gonna do 2 scrims, and then we are going to get a sub. We're at the moment still deciding who that is going to be, so I'll keep you updated on that as well.